So we're just up here checking on a few things. We put this comb honey super on in our last video, and this hive looks like they're taking advantage of the blackberry flow, and they are beginning to get this drawed out. And you can see here what I was talking about. As the bees kind of pull this out, sometimes the weight of the bees actually will stretch that comb a little bit, and like right here it's a little bit wavy, so I may eventually have to come in here and kind of just try to straighten that up a little bit to where it's not quite so wompy, but they'll continue to kind of pull it down. And it looks to me like they're actually pulling this as drone comb, which is totally fine for us. Doesn't matter what kind of cells that they store the honey in, whether it be drone or worker brood. The main thing is that we don't let our queen up here, so that we're getting plenty of honey stored in our comb honey supers.
What's the difference between the drone and the worker bee cells?
They're larger.
So you really get more honey with the drone.
You should get technically, yeah. Now, and you can see here that's kind of a larger cells, as far as they look a little bit larger than what you would typically see with just regular old worker comb. This side, matter of fact, I think this side is worker comb. So if you look to kind of see the difference, you start here where they start, okay? You can see where it goes from worker size cells, and then as we come across to drone cells, and you can see a difference in the two sizes. And like I said, far as for our concerns, for what we're doing, doesn't necessarily matter, other than, yeah, you might get a little bit more honey as compared to wax ratio, but the main thing is that they are drawing it out and then eventually filling it with honey. And we do have our queen excluder on, and these bees seem to be taking to it pretty well along with our super. So as long as we keep room stacked on top of them, I don't think we should have too much trouble with swarming out of this hive. But what we'll do while we're here is we'll take a quick look. We'll crack the two boxes and we'll take a peek between. We'll lift it up real quick, blow a little smoke in here, and drive the bees up and down respectively to their boxes. We're just looking for queen cells, and if you look, there's maybe a queen cup. That's just a little drone brood from right here where it tore off, unfortunately. But yeah, there's no queen cells. These are all these big kind of cells here on the bottom are drone brood, and the bees need drones just like anything else in the world. But it doesn't look like there's any swarm cells, and not 100% of the time, but generally speaking, if you're going to have swarm cells, you'll have them in a double deep between the boxes. So I think at this point, all we have to do is stay ahead of these bees. So we're going to keep our super, for our extracting super on here, we're going to get our comb honey super, continue to let them draw that out, and then fingers crossed, in a couple weeks, we'll be able to start pulling some of this maybe in June or even July. We're going to continue to kind of go through the yard and look and see if we have any other swarm cells. We'll get back to you if we find anything interesting.